BookTube. Welcome back to my channel, and it is Poetry Thursday yet again. And so I'm going to continue with part 2 of my reading from Idylls of the King by Alfred Lord Tennyson, going into what I'm deeming as part 2 from the Holy Grail. So this is the story recounting the Holy Grail in poetic form by Tennyson. O brother, had you known our mighty hall which Merlin built for Arthur long ago, for all the sacred mount of Camelot and all the dim rich city, roof by roof, tower after tower, spire beyond spire, by grove and garden lawn and rushing brook, climbs to the mighty hall that Merlin built, and 4 great zones of sculpture set betwixt with many a mystic symbol gird the hall. And in the lowest beasts are slaying men, and in the second men are slaying beasts, and on the third are warriors, perfect men, and on the fourth are men with growing wings, and over all one statue in the mold of Arthur made by Merlin, with a crown, and peaked wings pointed to the northern star, and eastward fronts the statue, and the crown at both the wings are made of gold and flame at sunrise till the people in far fields, wasted so often by the heathen hordes, behold it, crying, we have still a king. And brother, had you known our hall within, broader and higher than any in all the lands, where 12 great windows blazon Arthur's wars, and all the light that falls upon the board streams through the 12 great battles of our king, nay, one there is, and at the eastern end, wealthy with wandering lines of mountain and mere, where Arthur finds the brand Excalibur, and also one to the west and to counter to it, and blank, and who shall blazon it, when and how? Oh, there, perchance, when all our wars are done, the brand Excalibur will be cast away. So to this hall full quickly rode the king, in horror lest the work by Merlin wrought, dreamlike, should on the sudden vanish, wrapped in unremorseful folds of rolling fire. And in he rode, and up I glanced and saw the golden dragon sparkling over all, and many of those who burnt the hold, their arms hacked, and their foreheads grimed with smoke and seared, followed, and in among the bright faces ours, full of the vision, pressed. And then the king spake to me, being nearest, Percival, because the hall was all in tumult, some vowing and some protesting, what is this? O brother, when I told him what had chanced, my sister's vision and the rest, his face darkened as I had seen it more than once, when some brave deed seemed to be done in vain. Darkened, and woe is me, my knights, he cried. Had I been there, ye had not sworn the vow. Bold was mine answer. Had thyself been here, my king, thou wouldst have sworn. Yea, yea, said he. Art thou so bold, and hast not seen the Grail? Nay, lord, I heard the sound, I saw the light, but since I did not see the holy thing, I swear a vow to follow it until I saw. Then when he asked us night by night if any had seen it, all their answers were as one, Nay, lord, and therefore have we sworn our vows. Lo now, said Arthur, have ye seen a cloud? What go ye into wilderness to see? Then Galahad on the sudden, and in a voice shrilling along the hall to Arthur, called, But I, Sir Arthur, saw the Holy Grail. I saw the Holy Grail and heard a cry, O Galahad, and O Galahad, follow me. Ah, Galahad, said the king, for such as thou art is the vision, not for these. Thy holy nun, and thou have seen a sign. Holier is none, my Percival, than she, a sign to maim this order which I made. But ye that follow but the leader's bell, brother, the king was hard upon his knights. Taliesin is our fullest throat of song, and one hath sung, and all the dumb will sing. Lancelot is Lancelot, and hath overborne 5 knights at once, and every younger knight, unproven, holds himself as Lancelot, till overborne by one, he learns. And ye, what are ye, Galahads? No, nor Percivals, for thus it pleased the king to range me close after Sir Galahad. Nay, said he, but men with strength and will to right the wronged, of power to lay the sudden heads of violence flat. Knights that in 12 great battles splashed and dyed the strong white horse in its own heathen blood. But one hath seen, and all the blind will see. Go, since your vows are sacred being made. Yet for ye know the cries of all my realm pass through this hall. How often, O my knights, your places being vacant at my side, this chance of noble deeds will come and go, unchallenged while ye follow wandering fires, lost in the quagmire. Many of you, yea most, return no more. Ye think I show myself too dark a prophet. Come now, let us meet. The morrow morn once more in one full field of gracious pastime, that once more the king, before ye leave him for this quest, may count the yet unbroken strength of all his knights, rejoicing in that order which he made. So when the sun broke next from underground, all the great table of our Arthur closed, and clashed in such a tourney, and so full, so many lances broken. Never yet had Camelot seen the like since Arthur came, and I myself and Galahad, for a strength was in us from the vision, overthrew so many knights that all the people cried, and almost burst the barriers in their heat, shouting, Sir Galahad and Sir Perceval. But when the next day brake from underground, O brother, had ye known our Camelot, built by old kings, age after age, so old the king himself had fears that it would fall, so strange and rich and dim, for where the roofs tottered toward each other in the sky, met foreheads all along the street of those who watched us pass, and lower, and where the long rich galleries, lady laden, weighed the necks of dragons clinging to the crazy walls, thicker than drops from thunder, showers of flowers fell as we passed, and men and boys astride on wyvern, lion, dragon, griffin, swan, at all the corners named us each by name, calling God speed, but in the ways below the knights and ladies wept, the rich and poor wept, and the king himself could hardly speak for grief, and all in middle street the queen, who rode by Lancelot, wailed and shrieked aloud, This madness has come on us for our sins. So to the gate of the Three Queens we came, where Arthur's wars are rendered mystically, and thence departed, every one his way. And I was lifted up in heart and thought of all my late shown prowess in the lists, how my strong lance had beaten down the knights and many and famous names, and never yet had heaven appeared so blue, nor earth so green, for all my blood danced in me, and I knew that I should light upon the Holy Grail. Thereafter the dark warning of our king that most of us would follow wandering fires came like a driving gloom across my mind. Then every evil word I had spoken once, and every evil thought I had thought of old, and every evil deed I ever did awoke and cried, This quest is not for thee. And lifting up my eyes, I found myself alone and in a land of sand and thorns, and I was thirsty even unto death, and I, too, cried, This quest is not for thee. And on I rode, and when I thought my thirst would slay me, saw deep lawns, and then a brook, with one sharp rapid where the crisping white played ever back upon the sloping wave and took both ear and eye. And o'er the brook were apple trees and apples by the brook fallen, and on the lawns I will rest here, I said. I am not worthy of the quest. But even while I drank the brook and ate the goodly apples, all these things at once fell into dust, and I was left alone, and thirsting in a land of sand and thorns. And then behold a woman at a door, spinning in the fair the house whereby she sat, and kind the woman's eyes and innocent, and all her bearing gracious, and she rose, opening her arms to meet me, as who should say, Rest here. But when I touched her, lo, she, too, fell into dust and nothing, and the house became no better than a broken shed, and in it a dead babe, and also this fell into dust, and I was left alone. And on I rode, and greater was my thirst. Then flashed a yellow gleam across the world, and where it smote the plowshare in the field, the plowman left his plowing and fell down before it. Where it glittered on her pail, the milkmaid left her milking and fell down before it, and I know not why, but thought, The sun is rising, though the sun had risen. Then I was ware of one that on me moved, in golden armor with a crown of gold about a cascale jewels, and his horse in golden armor jeweled everywhere, and on the splendor came, flashing me blind, and seemed to me the lord of all the world, being so huge. But when I thought he meant to crush me, moving on me, lo, he too opened his arms to embrace me as he came. And up I went and touched him, and he too fell into dust. And I was alone and wearying in a land of sand and thorns. And that is where we will end it for today. Come back next week as we go into the third part of that story, and then we will continue the week after that with the exciting conclusion. Hopefully you enjoy it. I think we can all appreciate Tennyson and his craft here in taking these Arthurian stories and putting them in a nice poetic form that is just, it's so delightful, so pleasing to the ear to hear. Even with my poor recitation, I thoroughly enjoy it, and I'm enjoying revisiting the story and following along with Sir Percival and his quest for the Grail and the doom that Arthur pronounces over his knights who are going to abandon him to chase after the Holy Grail, of which all of them are deemed as not being worthy save one. And if you know the story of the Grail, you know that what is ultimately going to happen. He's not going to do anything new with the tale here, other than in the process of the telling. But the journey is part of the thrill here. Journey before destination. Truer words could not be spoken. This is a fantastic journey that Tennyson takes us on. I hope that you will join me for the next 2 weeks. Thank you.